Good afternoon, everybody. What's going on, world? It's me, Rebecca, with me, Menopause and Jesus, a channel where you're gonna get real life stuff, no sugarcoating here. So anyway, today I want to talk about when I actually started feeling symptoms of the perimenopause. So I don't know if you guys knew that menopause is not menopause. You actually only have menopause for one day. Crazy, huh? So what I've read is that you're in perimenopause. So there's early perimenopause, and then there's late perimenopause. So then at the end of the 12-month cycle that you have not had a cycle, at the end of that month, at the end of the full 12 months, then the next day after the 12 months is complete, that one day you are actually in menopause, and then the next day after that you're in post-menopause. So it's almost like a surgery. You're prepping for the surgery, then the one day you have your procedure, like you have your surgery that day, and then you come out of surgery. So it's like post-surgery, if that makes more sense. So that's what I've been reading, and I guess everybody's going to have their opinion. I mean, if you're not a menopausal specialist, which I'm not, I'm just giving you my opinion or what I've read. Whether if it's right or wrong, I don't know. Just do your own research. But this is what I read. But anyway, I noticed symptoms like maybe starting in like 2013, 2014 maybe, where I had just a little bit of sweating, but I noticed that, my moods were changing, and I would feel depressed. So I'm saying a lot because I'm trying to think all at the same time while I'm driving. So sorry, guys. Anyway, if you see that big yellow thing in the back of my seat, that is actually a big old squishy pillow. It's so huge. It's like huge. It's huge. Anyway, my brother asked me to get it anyway, to buy it for him, but that sucker is huge. It is so hilarious. When I put it in my cart, it filled up the whole entire back of the cart. It's just so funny. Anyway, back to the story. So I started I guess I always had like some type of moodiness and depression, but I don't know if that was like just something that stuck with me after I had my children, and I just never dealt with it, like the postpartum depression. And so like at my last son, it was like I had a lot of issues going on in my life, and then finding out he was autistic. So I guess I really couldn't gauge the early signs before like the full-blown signs, I guess, if that makes sense. But I noticed moodiness. I noticed some weight gain. I noticed like forgetfulness. Like my back was hurting all the time, like, and then my joints would hurt. So like these are all things that I thought, hey, it's not that I was getting old, but maybe I'm unhealthy in some sort of way. Maybe I need to exercise. Maybe I need to eat better. And I did all those things. And so there was a time where I was like, I can't lose weight. I'm working out. I'm eating right. And just thought maybe it was my thyroid, or maybe it was just hereditary, because, some people in my family are a little overweight, but I don't even know anyway. Maybe it's just an environmental condition where we just put the weight on because we're not eating right or whatever. So anyway, like I said, I was I was actually working at the YMCA in 2014 and noticed that, hey, I'm getting sweaty, my hair is falling out, more moody, like really mean, and just felt angry all the time, and had a couple of mental breakdowns, where I was just had like these screaming sessions, like and crying and screaming, and just felt, I've always felt a lot of hopelessness. I always felt like that I was crazy. And come to find out I wasn't. I'm so glad that I started going to counseling. I'm so glad that I started learning and being my own advocate of, why am I feeling this way? Because if you think about it, when you're a young woman and you get married, a lot of husband and wives plan to have children. Like, they plan their family. Oh, we want to have 5 kids, or we want to have 2 kids, or we want to have 1 kid. So you kind of know how to prepare for that. You know you got to get a car seat and cribs and a trust fund and an education fund and a retirement fund for all of that stuff for your children to be born. You got to make sure you have the right housing and the right vehicle and a good job and money in the bank and all those things. Maybe you're a planner, maybe you're not, but I mean, you plan for children. You know what to expect. You know children are going to cost money. You know pregnancies are going to cost money. You know you're going to need vitamins and minerals to nourish your body so you can nourish the baby. And so you go through all these things to prepare. And then you go to the doctor's appointments during your pregnancies, and they check you every month, and make sure baby's growing good, and make sure you're doing good, and make sure everything's right. And then at the end of the pregnancy, it's like, now you're going every week, the baby's getting bigger. Oh, you're discovering the baby, and they tell you, oh, he's this little, he looks like a peanut or an avocado or a watermelon. They give you descriptions. And then after you have the baby, they're telling you, okay, take care of your body. You're going to bleed for so long, and take care of your stitches or whatever procedure you had, during the childbirth. And then you go to the appointment, the 1-week appointment, make sure he has his immunizations. And, they're telling you, okay, is your body healed? Then you got to go to your postpartum appointment and make sure your body's right, and make sure you're, healing properly and your body's doing okay. But then as you get older and your children are leaving your home, nobody prepares you for menopause. There is no program that says, hey, just like pregnancies, there's pregnancy programs. There's programs all over that tells you how to take care of yourself during pregnancy and what to expect and what you need. They even tell you what to expect with pain. When I was, because I was a teenager when I was pregnant, I was in a program called YPED. It was for young girls who were pregnant, like teenage girls. We're talking about 12, 13, 14-year-old girls who were pregnant really, really young. And so they gave you a clothespin, and they put it on your earlobe and said, okay, this is how the pain is going to start. And then you leave the clothespin on your ear longer and longer and longer. You put it on for 2 seconds, you take it off, put it on for 1 minute and take it off, because they wanted to get us ready for what the pain could be like during labor. But there's no program like that for women in menopause. They're not going to say, okay, now you're going to be, in your 30s, and you're going to start to feel all these symptoms. So let's get you prepared. Let's get you on this medication. Let's get you to take care of your body during the process so that you know what's going on. And nobody prepares you for that. Nobody. Because it's like, you feel like you're crazy, and you don't know why, and they're going to write you off as, oh, well, you're just one of those women who complain about everything. And there's this thing, and I don't know the exact name, but I think it's called whining woman syndrome, where the doctors will write on your chart, WW, whining woman syndrome, where they're coming in, and you're that file, every time you get a new doctor, is shared with the new doctors. Oh, she's a whiny woman, because you got to have some type of health record to transfer to a new doctor or a treating physician, you know, and so they're going to see, oh, she's a whiny woman. And it's just like so not fair to us, so not fair that we are not being told or taught how to take care of ourselves during the time of your early perimenopause or your late menopause, you know. And then they'll tell you, oh, you're in menopause. Okay, so what does that mean? You know, and I was telling my husband the other day, you know, I didn't even know that word existed until I started going through some stuff. You know, I didn't even know this lady in 2014 when I was working at the YMCA and I used to work out at this gym. She was like, oh yeah, I'm in perimenopause. I'm like, dude, girl, you're saying it wrong. It's premenopause. And I didn't even know like if there was a perimenopause. I was like, why don't they just call it premenopause? Like I never thought that I was going to go through it, because I was like, oh, it's only for some women, but I'm not speaking that over me. I'm not getting that, because I thought it was just like you know, some sort of disease that some women get and some women don't. And I didn't realize that, you know, oh, you got to have KY jelly and you got to have Depends. And I was like, oh yeah, making fun of people. Oh, you got to wear Depends. Not even connecting in my mind. Why are they wearing Depends? Why are you going to wear? And it's for incontinence, because some women can't even hold their pee. It's like you have a weak bladder all of a sudden, you know, and everything is dry down there. You know, that's why they need the KY jelly. Did not even know. So if you're watching this and you are in your 20s or 30s, or you're done with childbearing years, look into menopause, look into perimenopause, and start taking care of yourself now. Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. Like I told my daughter, she's 32 years old, and my other daughter, she's 28. I said, you girls need to start taking care of yourself now in your 20s and in your early 30s, because if you don't, you're going to regret it when it comes for menopause. Because I hear stuff all over the spectrum on that. Some women don't experience worse symptoms. Some women are mild. Some women don't even feel nothing. Some women are really, really bad. But I honestly think it's what we put in our temple. If we defile the temple, then how can we expect to have a good fruit at the end of being in our childbearing years? You know, and I'm not saying that this is like this is the pill or the answer for every woman, you know, to be healthy, because life happens, things happens, our body does different things. But I think that it would help for you to start taking care of your body early, you know, and start learning about health early, you know, and just putting good things in your body, so that way you're preserved and you're not gonna reap what you sow. Because if you're sowing bad things, then you're gonna reap when it's time for the fruit to come or fruition. The harvest is not going to be good inside of you. So anyway, do your research. Learn about your body after your childbearing years, because if you don't know, then you're going to think you're crazy. If you don't know, then how can you prepare your family for that stage of your life? It's actually the second stage of your life. You know, and that's what we're going to stay in for the rest of our life. So the rest of my life is, I think I have another, you know, at least another 40 years on this earth. And this is what I'm supposedly going to have to deal with for the next 40 years of my life, because it's post-menopause. This is something that happens after menopause. So right now, I feel like it's not too late for me. I do believe that I am in late perimenopause. So I'm just waiting for October. So if I don't get my cycle by the end of October, I'm good. Then I'll be that one day, November 1st will be the day I have menopause. And then November 2nd is my post menopause. November 2nd is what I will deal with for the rest of my life. So I'm doing a lot of research. I'm learning about natural herbs that I can get from the earth, like seeds and like roots and like, you know, fruits and veggies, and what I can get from the earth that God gave us. I want to heal my body through the herbs he provided for us. And if I find anything out and something works for me, I am definitely going to share it with you ladies, because I tell you what, I don't want to get on HRT. And HRT is hormone replacement therapy. I've heard so many things about that. And if it's for you, it's for you. If it's working for you, thank God. But I'm choosing to not put that in my body. And I haven't even talked to a doctor about it. So I actually have an appointment in a couple of weeks. And then on top of that, like I am, I don't know what I would call myself or how I would label it, but I have to, for the next 2 years, I have to do mammograms because I have spots in both of my breasts. I have cysts in both of them, and they're just watching it to make sure that they don't change. And so because of that, I don't know if I'm a candidate for estrogen, because I heard that synthetic estrogen can make the lining in your breasts thicker, and that may cause issues. And if I'm wrong, I will correct myself at the end of this video or in a future video. So just know that that might not be entirely true, but that's just what I read. But so, and then on top of that, you know, my mom had breast cancer. She had thyroid cancer. I'm in remission for Graves' disease. And when the Graves' disease is active, it attacks my thyroid. So it causes me to have hyperthyroid. And it wreaks havoc on my body. But I thank God I'm in remission, and I have been in remission. And I will post a video about that experience on a later date. But I just kind of want to just encourage you ladies just to start advocating for yourself. You know, don't always trust and believe what the doctors are telling you, because all they want to do is put a band-aid on your issues. They don't want to try to fix it. Because think about this. If they're giving you hormone replacement and something happens in this world to where that is not available to you no more, then how is your body going to react? Like, how are you going to live if you don't have this specific synthetic man-made medicine? So the best thing for me, I think, is just to continue to find something that I can grow, something that's available to me that I can, you know, get from the resources of the earth that God gave us. And so, you know, that's just my thoughts. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own therapy. Everybody has their own medicine. But I'm going to trust God in this journey to lead me and in finding what that cure is. And there may not be a cure. The Lord might just say, you know, this is the process of aging, and I am enough for you to find strength in. So it may be that too, but I'm not saying that that's what he's gonna say. I'm just saying, you know, this just could be it. It could just be the aging process. I don't know. But I have a lot of questions about that too. And God is such a good God. He is a good God. He is a good God. And that's why I say that menopause, I don't think that all of our symptoms are supposed to be this severe. And I honestly think that because we didn't take care of our body, we're reaping what we sow. You know, because I know the Bible speaks about the woman with the issue of blood. So that's why I wonder that we defiled our bodies. We're going to reap what we sow. So that may be part of it as well. I don't know. But anyway, just stay encouraged. You know, if you're a believer, if you pray, if you believe God can help you, I encourage you to seek him in prayer and also in fasting. Read the word. Ask him to lead you in this whole process, you know, because it's a huge process, you know. And just learn about your body, learn about the beautiful body that God gave us, and learn how to heal it, learn how to love it and take care of it and not defile it, and learn to put good things in us so we can reap the good things that we sow in it. So just be blessed. That is what I have to say today. And I hope that it encourages you, because it certainly has encouraged me. So now I'm going to get ready because it's church time today. My husband's preaching. So pray for us. Love you guys.